Hi everyone. As it was promised, there is a new video, more detailed, and I hope it's going to be helpful for you. So, if you struggle to visualize like I do, that video is definitely going to be useful. So, sometimes I try to visualize, I tried many times. Sometimes it works, sometimes it works too slowly. And usually I just drift off to sleep or get distracted. And of course, I keep jumping from one point to the other, which is not helpful because focus of energy is crucial. Where the energy, where the attention goes, the energy flows. Everybody knows that saying and think about it in depth. So I mentioned vows before, and it comes from ascetism. Ascetism means abstaining from something like monks and hermits used to do, like abstaining from food, abstaining from water, abstaining from talking, and many other things. But also, you can use a vow for acquiring a new, better habit. For example, getting up earlier to feel better and be more productive throughout your day, working out to obviously be healthier or lose weight or both. So, if you look at the cycle of thought, emotions, words, actions, each of these stages starting from contains more energy. So let's say a thought contains less energy, words contain more energy, and then actions contain the most energy. That's why just writing things down, it's okay. Talking through your affirmations is okay. Imagining things like fake it until you make it, yeah, it works, but it doesn't work too fast because the strongest thing you can do, the most powerful thing you can do is to take actions while being focused on the correct thoughts and being in the right state of mind. But if you're already doing something, you're obviously in that state of mind and you don't have to fake. You just follow basically the ritual, follow the path, and your brain creates new neural pathways. So let's say you decide to, instead of scrolling the social media, you decide to not to do so, okay, simply put. And by giving this up, you send the intent or you set your wish to like start earning more money every year, every month, probably exponentially. We'll talk about how to formulate correct vows a little bit later. So yeah, so let's say you scroll the social media, you produce cheap dopamine, and then you kind of stuck because you're already satisfied. What's the point? What's the motivation of trying harder or doing anything? Plus, you don't know what to do. But when you already know what to do because it's written down on a piece of paper, it's much easier. It's simple. Right. Okay. The main points. You have to set your intent or set your vow correctly. Do not pick something which is easy for you to quit or live with that. Let's say you already don't drink coffee, so you cannot say, I'm going to give up coffee in order to receive an extra $1,000 a month or attract somebody special into your life. So you have to do something which you struggle to do in your daily life, or which is difficult for you to give up. I repeat myself, but anyway. Let's say you don't have a sweet tooth and you say, oh, I give up sugar completely for like 21 days in order to get promotion at work. It might work a little bit, but the energy you generate is not enough because it's already there. It's already in the book. Yeah, they're counting for it. And do something like give up alcohol, give up smoking. But you have to be very careful in its next point. You don't want to have setbacks. Those setbacks can be like avalanche, going down quickly on you and burying you under. Because if you do not fulfill the contract, there's going to be punishment. I don't want to be sounding so harsh. Crime and punishment, but Dostoevsky. But yeah, the universe is very like literal, you know. If you don't fulfill your part, it will take that energy you have accumulated, or in your promise, in your words, in your intention, or if you say, let's say you have followed your promise for a few days and you have accumulated some energy, that energy is basically is going to push back in the opposite direction. So instead of what you wanted to get, you would get the opposite, and it's not going to be that great, obviously. So you have to be also very specific, but not too confining. Let's say you say, I want to buy a red car, but in fact, okay, in a few days or months, or weeks, you receive a red car, but it's not the car you really wanted. It's better to say, I receive a new red Mercedes. You can also specify more details, so that way, and the universe might test you. It might send you something a little bit different, and you don't have to settle for that unless you feel okay with that. And it's scary because sometimes you think that you're gonna miss the opportunity. So if you to be not confining means, let's say, I want to triple my income every month. But let's say you don't liberate as much energy and you can only do like 1.5 times more or 2 times more. Or on the other, or like let's say another scenario, you could make much more than 3 times a month. So why to confine yourself? Instead, you should say, my income increases every month, every day. It gets higher and higher. So that way you leave the door open for the good possibilities. The violations of your contract. So we mentioned that. Also, another violation is to break the free will principle. Let's say you want to manifest somebody and that person is with somebody else, or they're married, so they're not single. In that case, it can bring the opposite result, and probably it will, just because you're not the only one part in this play. Excuse me. So be very careful. Instead, manifest or wish for something wish just for somebody significant, somebody you would be happy with, like true love. And yeah, go into details, but don't be confining. I want to see if I have forgotten anything. So yeah, that energy you accumulate, it helps to provide universe with more energy to help you to fulfill your wish and realign the circumstances and surroundings. So be prepared for some not so pleasant events sometimes. Let's say you wanted to earn 10 times more than you do now, but obviously it's impossible at your work. So guess what? you might be fired, lose your job. So that's how it works. So accept everything with gratitude and have an open mind. All right. Thank you so much for watching. Let me let me know if any questions, and let me know if you have any vows or promises you want to keep in order to achieve something consciously and intentionally in your life. Good luck.